How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Troy, and here at 2A News Now you get your Second Amendment news straightforward and to the point with no BS added in. A North Carolina Republican senator's gun shop has been flagged by the ATF, as well as dozens of others. North Carolina Republican Senator Ted Budd's gun shop and dozens of other North Carolina gun shops have been flagged by federal agents after guns they have sold were repeatedly recovered in crimes. The list shows more than 30 gun stores located in the Greater Triangle of North Carolina, which is Raleigh, Durham, and Fayetteville, and they're listed on the ATF's DL2 Program, also known as DL2 Program. Nationally, there were over 1,000 licensed gun sellers in the program, and there were 10 in Raleigh, Durham, and Fayetteville alone. A DL2 is sent by the ATF to federally licensed gun dealers when that dealer has 25 or more firearms that they recently sold, traced, and recovered in a crime in the last year. The firearms that trigger the ATF letter need to have been sold less than 3 years prior, a time frame the ATF calls a short time to crime. They actually think that 3 years is a short time to crime, maybe 1 year, but not 3 years. They say repeatedly having short time to crime can be a trafficking indicator, a red flag for potential off-the-book sales. I personally think it's just a way for them to close down more gun shops. The Orange County District Attorney said that's a problem if they're not following the rules. But even if they are, like I said, it's a leaky boat because the people who are buying them from the authorized dealers can turn around and make an over-the-fence sale to their neighbor, and that person might be a felon. He said lack of background checks for online and gun show firearm purchases in North Carolina can make these registered sales even more important to track. I don't know about you guys, but 100% of the firearms that I purchased online had to be shipped to my FFL, and I had to pass a background check before I could take ownership of it. And the same went to any of the purchases I've done at gun shows that were licensed dealers. And pointed out it's easy in the current landscape for some purchases to slip through the cracks. There's nothing stopping me from saying I have a firearm. You want to check it out? If so, I'll sell it to you for $100. And there's nothing stopping us from doing that. And there's nothing requiring me to check and see. You're legally authorized to possess a firearm before I sell it to you. Of course, this is just another gun-hating idiot who thinks if you put a law in place that requires every sale of a firearm to go through a FFL and the person pass a background check, that all of a sudden criminals are going to stop selling firearms? That's absolutely ridiculous. The ATF said the list is in a punitive measure and does not suggest wrongdoing on the part of the licensed gun sellers listed. The ATF said it's an important tool, both in helping them trace guns that are resold or used in crimes, and can help law-abiding gun dealers by letting them know they're susceptible to trafficking schemes. It's also used to link the secondary gun market to licensed dealers where these guns are originally sold. So we have a senator from North Carolina, his gun shop, and dozens of others being flagged by the ATF because a lot of the firearms that they're selling are being found at crime sites. And if these gun shops are selling firearms without doing the proper paperwork, then of course the ATF should go after them. But how likely is it that the senator's gun shop is selling guns without filling out paperwork? And how likely is it that the dozens in that area are also illegally selling firearms? I think it's a very small chance. And like I said earlier, I just think it's another way for the ATF to harass these gun shops and visit them more often and look for the smallest mistake they've made in paperwork to revoke their licenses. Let me know in the comment section if that's what you think. And as always, I appreciate everybody's support with this channel. You guys are always crushing it by liking, sharing, and subscribing and hitting those post notifications. And I invite you to come back and watch my next video.